you actually stole locations and did guerrilla filmmaking in Los Angeles with a large footprint of a grip truck, 30 crew members, Alexa. Like, you did the opposite of what I did. Which I shot at Park City with a small camera, 2 people and my actors running around when there's tens of thousands of other people to take the attention away from me. You did the opposite. Like, if you would have came to me and said, "Hey, we're gonna steal all these locations in Los Angeles," and I would have told you straight up as a consultant, I would have said, you know, chances are you're gonna get shut down, or I probably wouldn't do that. Well, let me see the list of locations. It's like and like, but you only could do it with like one camera and a guy. Like, you can't just have like roll up there, 30 deep. But you did, and it seemed to work out for you. I want to go down this road a little bit with the guerrilla filmmaking, because it's not something I've talked about a lot on here, on how to do illegal stuff. And it's not illegal. It's gray. It's gray. It's gray area. It's, you're not doing anything illegal.
You're allowed to shoot anywhere. We looked into the
yes, you are.
Anywhere if you don't put a beanbag, if you don't set things on a sidewalk or somewhere. And trip. So if you have someone holding a light, holding a camera, everyone's moving, and you're allowed to shoot there. You're allowed to shoot. There's nothing they can do about it. Mm-hmm. People have cameras everywhere. They have their phones. You can't start making rules that people can't have cameras, or no one could take their phone anywhere. So really, it's legal. What's not legal is when safety comes involved. That's all.
Or private. Is it private property, or that doesn't even matter anymore?
If it's private property, yeah, it probably matters, I'm sure. But no, none of the places we went were private property. Well, I guess so. They were companies, some of them. But yeah, so yeah, but whatever.
So so you only busted out the cranes and stuff when you had permits.
I mean, we used Steadicam a lot. But
that's not touching the floor, so you're good.
Yeah, I can't think of any time. No, we had jib arms. Yeah, we guerrillaed some places with jib arms and stuff like that.
So your strategy is brilliant, because you're like literally like, these guys can't be this stupid not to have a permit, and that's your strategy. Like, you were just rolling so deep that everyone's like, these guys have to be legit. They have to be legit.
They have to be legit.
I mean, if not, they would be insane.
Yeah, they would have to be insane. Yeah, that was our strategy. I wouldn't suggest it to anybody.
No, I wouldn't either, but it works. In Los Angeles, no less.
It worked because of me, because I'm that guy that just says it's gonna work. I believe in my luck, and I pressed my luck like as hard as I could press it. I literally, like, my Lucky Charms box was empty by the end of the movie. I could feel I had nothing left of luck. All your
lives have been taken out. All your 9 lives.
I mean, they're built up again, But I mean, at the end of the movie, I was done. We got shut down one day out of all the days. One day. You know where we got shut down? Yeah. My apartment. We got shut down at my apartment. In front of my apartment. All these days, we're in these crazy locations, and we're shooting in front of my apartment. It just so happened that we were shooting at rush hour. I was getting laved at the same time I was getting, I was looking for something. I was getting dressed for the next scene. I was very distracted in my apartment. Well, we have to try to go under the radar a little bit. I go outside. They're directing traffic on my street. They got spotlights on the road. The whole road's lit up like a
who's doing this?
My first AD, my DP. I didn't talk to everyone about trying to go under the radar a little bit. Now, we could have got away with all of that, not directing traffic per se, but on top of it, everyone's yelling. So the head of the neighborhood watch is called in my neighborhood, and she's not taking no for an answer. She wants to see a permit. So we're shooting the most iconic scene in the movie, where we walk out in slow motion with Wally for the first time in public, the dead body. And it's just this is the slow motion scene with the music. Well, that was shot with literally a woman to my left screaming, "I want to see your permit. I want to see your permit." So I think at one point, Patrick, actually, Mitch, one of our lead guys, looks left. He's looking at the lady in the shot, screaming at us, "I want to see your permit." If you watch the movie, you might be able to see him glance left. That's who he's looking at. Luckily, the shot has no sound. We wouldn't have been able to use the sound because he's yelling. We got 2 takes of it. I wanted a 3rd take, but we couldn't get a 3rd take. She was like, I went up to her. I talked to her. I was like, oh, my God, are you okay? Did we bother you? I tried to get to the root of the problem. It's the first thing I want to do, because if we offend somebody or we bother somebody, I want to assure them we're not going to do it again. She was not having that. She was like, I want to see your permit. I was like, I have somebody go get the permit. She's like, if I don't see the permit in 2 minutes, I'm going to call the cops. And so I literally had to be like, all right, guys, we're shutting down, because I know for a fact we only have two more shots here tonight, okay? We're coming back here in 3 days. And not only are we coming back here in 3 days, we come back here in 3 days and I'm shooting people in the movie. I have people dressed as cops. We're not allowed to dress as cops. And I have people getting shot. Like, I'm coming back here in 3 days. So the last thing I want is the cops to show up tonight and be aware of this whole freaking debacle. So I'm like, okay, sorry, we're going to shut down. I tell the whole crew, guys, we're done. All right, we back up. We go to the next location, because they have another location that night to shoot. And the crew's like totally salty and pissed. Everyone's super pissed at this woman. But I'm like, don't talk to her, leave her alone, you know. And of course, Seth, my business partner, back, he went out to dinner with his parents. He didn't leave set very often, but he decided he deserved a break or something. He went to dinner, and when he came back, we were shut down. And he had a freaking meltdown. He followed the lady home, like yelling at her, and like, I was like, oh my God. But it was hilarious because my crew, everybody wants to yell at the lady when they walk past her, because she's literally on the other, between my apartment building and where we were shooting. And I'm like, don't talk to her, don't talk to her. And James Babson, the guy who played Wally, who did a phenomenal job, he goes to her, way to destroy art. It was the funniest thing ever. I'm making this silly, goofy comedy. He's like, way to destroy art. And he's wearing the full-on American flag outfit. You know? He's in the outfit. And he's like, way to destroy art. It was.
And what did she say? What did she say?
She didn't say anything. What is she going to say? You know, she felt bad, I think, after shutting us down, seeing how disappointed everybody was. But anyway, we went to the next location. So when we came back here the next day and we shot the scene where the guy gets shot with the gun and
how did you, like, did you have blanks? Please don't tell me you shot with blanks.
No, we did not have blanks. We ended up special effects. We had the same special effects guys that did Venom actually work on our movie. I pulled favors. And
of course you did. Why wouldn't you pull favors?
That was a Seth favor, actually.
So then, so then you just had, but you still had guns and you had cops, guys dressed as cops with guns. Not a good thing in LA.
So the cops eventually did get called that day, but luckily they got called after the cop scene was over. I got lucky, and that's why I shot it first. And by that time, the cops and the guns were put away. So the cop posted up on my street down at the cul-de-sac, just, you know, like, I don't know, 50 yards, 40 yards from my house, my apartment. And the only thing we had left was all the car scenes. So we have the SUV, we have all these lights pointing in the window, we have the camera strapped to the hood, all things you're not allowed to have without putting it on a tow truck.
Right.
And how the hell are we going to get out of the driveway and past this cop? So luckily there's no lights on my street. So what we did is we turned out we set up all the lights. They're all pointing in the window. The camera's on the hood. We turn out all the lights of the car, okay? And we drive down the street, pull out of my driveway, and we pull down the street and go around the corner. And I get out of the car. I turn on the camera. I turn on all the lights. And then we proceed to go and we shoot. We shoot for 40 minutes, whatever. We come back to the apartment a block or two away. I turn out all the lights. I turn out the camera, and we pull in. And he never saw the camera. He never saw any of it. And he was posted down there for hours watching.
Just to make sure that you guys didn't shoot.
Well, he was waiting probably for us to light up the street again, because she told him they were shooting in the street when we never shot in the street. We never went out there. So he's not going to come up to my apartment. He can't do that. So, and he never was in a position to see my driveway. So we were golden. You know,
you're insane. You're insane, dude. You're insane.